It's nice to meet you, Bethany. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for filling out the permission to do a video of our counseling session. And I'm glad you don't have any more questions on the HIPAA policy. So now let's just talk about why you've come to see me today.
I'm going to college and I enjoy my job. I enjoy going to school, but I enjoy having money to hang out with my friends, so I focus on my job more, which is distracting me from my schoolwork and making me fall behind because I don't have time to study, so my grades are getting bad.
Okay, so let me see if I understand you. You're going to college, and you are also working, and your work now is causing you to fall behind in some of your classes. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So what are you going to school for?
I'm going to be an RN.
Okay. So what is the job that you have?
I work at the NHC.
Okay. So do you feel like your job is more fun, or is it just you have too many hours and it's consuming too much of your time?
I think it's more fun because I have more laid back because I don't have to worry about stuff as much there because I know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
But in school, I'm learning new stuff and I don't feel as comfortable doing it.
Okay, I understand that. So it sounds like you just need to maybe do some prioritization with your time. Do you feel like you have enough time to accomplish most things that you need to during the day, to prepare for school, getting to school? Do you feel like there's any way that you could maybe use some of the time that you prepare for school or you prepare for work, cut back on that time, and maybe gain some more time to use for studying?
Well, I probably should work less because I work so many hours that I'm too tired to do my schoolwork, and it also makes it where I'm too tired in the morning to want to get up for school. So it would be best if I did cut back on some hours so I had time to do my schoolwork.
Okay. So right now, how many days a week and how many hours do you work?
I work 5 days the week for 7-hour shifts.
Oh, wow. So you're working full time. Okay. Well, normally when people are going to school, they don't work full time. Some of us do have to. But it does sound like maybe you could cut back on your time. Now, do you have obligations such as bills or a car payment, things of that nature that you have to work that much?
Yeah, I pay for my tuition and my car. Yes, my parents help me out, but I pay the majority of it, which was the deal for me to get to go to this school.
Okay. So how many hours at school are you taking right now? So 10 hours, 12 hours, something like that?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Okay. So that's considered full-time also. And that sounds like that's a lot of time for both that you need at college and for what you're needing to do for your job. So that would also leave you very little time left, to socialize, if any, because you are working and going to school so much. That does sound complicated. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you say that you felt about cutting back on working so much? Like, would 10 be really, really hard and 1 be really, really easy? On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you feel cutting back on work would be?
I'd probably say 5 because it's half and half because I love being at work, but I also understand that I need to not work so much so I can focus on my schooling.
Okay. Well, it sounds like that would be a good option for you to try to do some scaling back at work. Now, you haven't said that it wouldn't be financially too hard. You did say you do have some obligations. But is there pressures at work for you not to scale back? Like they really need you at work, they value you being there, so they want you to work just as much as you can?
No, it's more like we all work pretty much the same hours, so it's like we're all comfortable with each other. So they don't really ask me to work more than I already do because they know that I'm in school, so I don't have them as much time to work more hours.
Well, that's really good, because a lot of times employers can put pressures on us and make us feel really obligated, to be there because they really need us. And that's wonderful, because that takes a burden off your shoulders right there. So now maybe we need to look at who you should talk to maybe say to them, hey supervisor, hey manager person, I'm having some difficulty in school. I really need to cut back on some of my hours. Does that sound like something that you would be capable of doing?
I could try, but I kind of have problems with talking to the higher authority about having my own time.
Can you email somebody your request for a new schedule, less time scheduled? Would that be possible?
Yeah, and I think I could do that easier because then I'm not having to confront them about it.
Okay. That's very good. That sounds like that would be a good answer for you. So let's sum things up. You feel like you have a lot of stress in your life because you are trying to go to college and you are trying to work, and you feel like you need to cut back on school. To work. You need to cut back on work, and that would help you have more time for school. And you don't feel like it's too much of a pressure to cut back on work because they're not putting too much stress on you. It just feels like it's hard for you to ask to do that. So what I would like for you to do this week is to write an email to your supervisor asking for on the next schedule that you could have some more time off, that you could work less, and see if that could help you out. Does that sound like something you could do this week?
Sounds capable.
Okay, so you work on that, and if you feel like that hasn't completely helped you with all your stress and you need to come back and talk some more, then we can do that, and we'll schedule a time for you to come back. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
All right. Thank you, Bethany. It was nice to meet you.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.